All right, welcome back to Bayou Time. Joining me now, the Chief of Police right here in Houma, Travis Terrio. Chief, good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Every now and then, we get these stories, and I mean, it varies so much in Houma. You can turn on New Orleans news, get a good dose of this all the time, but you get stories that vary in nature, and you have one today to report on. Can you fill us in on that one?
Yeah, so January 25th, we concluded an investigation that resulted in an arrest of ultimately three suspects. The victim was a 34-year-old female, and she had gone to an apartment on a 100 block of High Street. When she got to the apartment, Kendall Wade Scott and his girlfriend, Ulysses Singleton, actually got into an altercation with her and held her at gunpoint in the home. She was beaten and held at gunpoint in the home. While she was being held in the home, Jonathan Brooks, the other suspect, comes from the back of the apartment, brings her into the back room and rapes her repeatedly. And eventually, I think the following day, she ends up leaving the apartment, and after some time, she ends up reporting it to police, and investigation was concluded. It was actually concluded when we deployed our SWAT team to a location on New Orleans Boulevard after receiving some credible information about the whereabouts of the female and male, Kendall Scott. And when they arrived over there, they were able to take him into custody without incident. No injuries reported.
Yeah. When you deal with things of this nature, I know y'all try to teach us at a young age, especially young ladies. What should they be watching for? What should they be not putting themselves into situations where this could, happen? Sometimes you don't know. You don't know when the men will go off like this, but they have to have a little tendency sometimes.
So the victim in this case was known to the suspects in the investigation, and whenever she went over to the apartment. It was about something else, and that's when an altercation took place, and it just escalated from there. So I don't want to cause panic on the streets thinking that, this lady was abducted and forced into the apartment. She went over there, and there was an argument that escalated into physical violence and ultimately resulted in her being raped.
Yeah.
But, to expound upon what you were saying is that, whenever females out, they should always be aware of their surroundings. If you're in a parking lot, it's a good practice, no matter what town you're in, park in a well-lit area, and, just use caution when possible.
Especially with Mardi Gras time.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of alcohol, a lot of drugs on the street.
You have a lot of people from out of town. Houma, like I said, we pride ourselves on a good, safe, family-oriented Mardi Gras, but we do have a lot of tourists, we have a lot of alcohol, and we have a lot of poor judgment, So no matter if you're male or female, you should always travel at the bare minimum in pairs when going to and from the parade route, because not everybody is at a Mardi Gras parade with good intentions.
Does it worry you that Houma's got, I think, the second largest Mardi Gras in the state, and that draws
a huge crowd.
Interested people to Houma?
That's right. And, we prepare for it best we can. But like we've always said, we have a lot of law enforcement that we're going to have out on the streets. We take measures to provide for the safest environment possible. But even with that, people need to be aware of their surroundings and, stay with your friends, stay with your family. If you park off the parade route, don't go back to the car by yourself. Bring somebody with you. Keep your cell phone in your hand.
And one thing we've also learned is yes doesn't always mean yes when there's drinking.
That's right.
And there's a party going on, and that's something for everyone to really listen to. Better discretion sometimes is the best way.
That's right. Just because somebody's intoxicated, don't take advantage of the situation.
And even though she may mumble something that you think's a yes, when people sober up sometimes, the yes isn't a yes.
No, that's correct. They have to be able to make a lucid decision, and they need to make sure they're sober.
Yeah. So with that said, y'all have a lot of training to sort of, y'all still going to schools and talking to the younger students when you get a chance?
Yes. Well, and look, especially with our school resource officers in the school now, they really are mentors to the kids, and the schools do a good job of putting the information out as a whole. Because look, the size of the schools now and the age group, there's so many different age groups to reach out to. It's, the message is being put out there.
Yeah. And y'all detective group, I know y'all pride yourself on doing a good job. You were a detective and head of detectives and all that.
Right.
And there's a lot of work that goes into solving crimes like this, and I know y'all pride yourself on getting the right information.
Oh, look, and the work that went into this particular investigation, and as many people were involved, and everybody came together with a purpose to resolve this peacefully without any type of injuries or violence. I mean, it's amazing what these guys often do. We're not gonna take credit for what they do, because we'd be nothing without them. The work that the guys at both the police department and the sheriff's department, the boots on the ground, do a great job, and this town's fortunate to have so many good police officers.
Well, I know you were part of that detective bureau, and I know you pride yourself on great detective work, and it's good to have a chief who's been through the detective bureau, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right, once again, our chief of police, Travis Terrio. Once again, they're solving a big case. And once again, it's Mardi Gras time, so heed the warnings, be conscious, know where you're at, well-lit areas, and watch the alcohol consumption. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back with more right here on Bayou Time.